Greetings, everyone! It is I, Kikoskia, welcoming you to the stream. The pre-stream, to be exact, where you have the opportunity to get here, get comfortable, and get ready, as it's really warm here. Not as warm as it was on Monday, but it's still warm. It's Arcanum time, though. Hello, Not a Rogue AI, hello, Sabrok, hello, Ada, hello, Cosmic, hello, Adosorio. We have some item selling to do. And we also have things to do. Hello, how are you doing? Orc? Orc. Yep. Half-orc, technically, but still orc. We have a lot of very neat things to do. Inventory management. I mean, isn't that the best pre-stream? Inventory management. I mean, isn't that the best? The best thing ever? Hello, Derpy. How you doing? Oh, ugly oogly. So, yeah, our inventory has a lot of very neat things in it. It's got a lot of cool stuff. Inventory management is why I watch Kiko. Oh, dear. That's unfortunate. So, what we're going to do for the time being is we're going to head back to Tarrant so that we can do some stuff concerning selling stuff, buying stuff, and just stuff. It's kind of important that we do that. Oh yes, the loot was a thing. That we have plenty of loot. Large amounts of loot. So we need to head all the way back to Tarrant. And get waylaid. And get waylaid by wolves. Or mountain lions. Kind of the same thing. Okay. Oh. Oh. Yeah, I forgot how ridiculously powerful we kick. I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that we could just run around and kick everything. Like that. By the way, that gave us 1,000 XP. We're just farming XP here. That was a crit. Yeah, we're a bit powerful. We have achieved stuff. We should join the local football club. I think we destroy the ball. I think it would just explode. I'd rather the football didn't explode. Hello there, Shield of Hope. How are you doing today? I hope you are doing well. Okay, so. Your inventory is full. Your inventory is not full. Okay, so. Okay, I have a plan. If I give you this shield, then I use that space to... Oh! Then Arosorio just subs for 3 years there with Prime Gaming. Time for inventory management. Indeed, thank you ever so much. That is so kind of you. And remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. If you need to have a Prime sub, you can spend it like you can spend it on me. Give me Jeff Bezos money. I'll use it well. I'll try to. Hello there, how are you doing? Hope things are going good. Right, so if we... There we go, okay. So now we've done that. You can then carry this. I can then carry that. Melting? Yeah, I'm melting. It's quite warm. It is kind of warm. But what can one do? Except melt. It's kind of my lot. It's not as bad as it was on Monday, but it's still really warm. It's still really warm. What's the temperature there? 23. But it's a sun-facing room, and it's had the sun since midday, so it's very warm in here. And I've got to have the doors shut and the windows closed while I stream. Identify this for me. Small mystic plate mail. Ooh, a hexed berserker staff. Oh, that's Do you have anything that you don't have a... Ooh! An essence of intellect potion. That might be good. Why don't I buy that? Because someone told me it might be useful. Someone told me that thing might be a handy thing to have. Also, there is more stuff I need to identify magically, but we'll sell all the stuff that's non-magical first. Hopefully. So. Good sir, I wish to trade with you. I wish to give you this staff. Just take it. Take the staff. It's a temporary boost, yep, but that's all we're only gonna need it for a very short period of time, I think. Possibly. Maybe. Anyway, magic item. Actually, where's the... There's the normal smith. We need to sell our normal smith stuff first. So open the door. Talk to you. Take this off me. Take that off me. You have a rapier, a quality sword. Right, what other things can I take? This massive suit of plate mail. Actually, what's your plate mail like? It's the same, but damaged. Aha! Now you're wearing the non-damaged version. I was waiting for the stream all day. Well, glad to see that you are here. So we'll sell this plate mail. We also have these boots. I need to get them. Ah! I never remember how to get these out of my inventory. How do I get it out of my inventory? I right-click drag, but it doesn't go down. I don't want to equip this unidentified armor. Is the problem. I don't know what it does. It's just dread armor? That should be alright then, I suppose. Problem is, I don't actually want to sell this yet, because I don't have it identified. I'm doing fine, thank you. Anything interesting going on? I'm selling stuff. That could be classed as interesting, I suppose. Everything's unidentified. Hello, Andrew. I hope you're doing well. Okay, quality sword, we can sell that. That is just a magic staff. So let us sell that and that. Then take this shield off you. And sell that. To sell my healing boots? Don't think so. I got the enchanted war boots. I don't know what boots you're referring to. We had healing boots? They're just fine stout boots. They're just boots. Exactly the same as the other boots. No, no healing boots. I was very confused by that statement. I'm like, what are healing boots? He won't take my healing potions. It's a blacksmith. He won't take them. He has no need for them. Okay, anything else we can really sell? Nothing that can't be... Ugh, so much stuff needs identifying. Right, we just need to identify everything. We also need to sell this plate. What if he hits his finger while smithing? Then he'll have a hurt finger. Just finished after pie. No. Pie's good. Pie could certainly be tasty. Right, you... That's a lot, but we're not ever going to really get someone that can use that, so that gets sold. Now I need to fill up my inventory with items that absolutely have to be identified. This might take a while. That's all well and good, Frithrun, but this isn't Neverwinter Nights 2. This is Arcanum. Need to go round, don't I? We got a lot of things we need to just randomly get identified so we can sell them. And all the dread armor just gets thrown to the scrap merchant. Absolutely all of it. Also, while I'm thinking about it, let's get that sword that you're holding onto and just put it away. Also, we got a couple more, like, nice items. We don't need these. Right. That is not the inventory thing I want. Oh, is that... Oh, for... Ah, that explains why I sometimes do that. Because of the fact that I'm pressing O by mistake. I was wondering why that was coming up. Okay. I need some stuff identifying. Yep, that's dread armor. That does not surprise me that that is dread armor. I also need this identifying, and that identifying. Red barbarian clothes, and red barbarian clothes. Again, not shocking. That's my plate mail. I need some magic staff. This identifying. That identifying. Hexed barbarian armor. Interesting. And one more. And red barbarian clothes. Okay. So, let's rush back, get some more things sold, and then we'll be swimming in about 38,000. And we'll get about 38,000. Oh yeah, magic's probably better, but tech's probably easier, is the thing. Probably not, because that would hurt. Yeah, we'll sell that. We're just going to sell that because he wants... I mean, he wants a lot for that, but he wants more for that, which implies that what we just sold him wasn't as good. Can we get more if we give it to another person? Probably. Is it going to matter? No. But we're literally swimming in coin right now. Also, what's that item you have there? Is that magic? Nope, it's just a helmet. Also, what item are you currently using as your weapon? No, use that. Okay, there we go. I'll just trade these to you. There we go. Inventory is sort of clearer. Kind of. And we didn't sell my armor, which is important because I need that. There we go. Interestingly, I could probably give you this, so that this inventory space is saved a little bit. Once again, my fist took a worthless object, craft now to punching a Maloclian hand assassin. Right, we need to think about our buffs. More specifically, we need to think about if, before we go to the Isle of Despair, whether we want to get any temple stuff. We could just get the one that's +1 con. Or is it the one that's +1 strength that we can get right now? I don't know. The +1 strength one I don't think we can get yet, can we? Don't think we can get the +1 strength one. Can't get strength. Okay. We can't get strength. I'll see much taking the streams and such will the change. I don't know. I have no idea. I've never played this game before, so I couldn't tell you. Maybe? I mean, is there any reason to use the... The Isle of Despair is not a lovely place. I don't know why I'm going this way to it. Oh look, it's you guys! Please stop. Also, I'm gonna punch you. And he's gonna run. And die. Yep, that was predictable. I really don't want your sword. I don't want that either, honestly. Oh look, it's more of them! Look, please! Just... Please stop! They're just not gonna stop, are they? They're just gonna keep waylaying us. Okay, this at least isn't orcs. I did, however, nearly kill 3 of them. And then dog killed the other 2. We've been told to go there. The narrative of the game is directing me towards this locale.
That's the way to show those bastards.
Virgil.
I mean, good hit, sir.
Virgil, please. Please, Virgil. Generally, Andrew, presume I don't know something. Unless I show that I know something. It's always Virgil. It is. All we know is the Isle of Despair is called the Isle of Despair, and we need to go there. We don't know anything else. There are some poppy flowers. Really not bothered about picking those up. Am bothered, however, about all these mountain lions. There's a lot of mountain lions. This is a little easier. Can't get you, though. There we go. We've gained a lot of XP doing just that. We get a lot of XP. Lassie's gonna get punched and kicked a lot more, I'm afraid. Oh, it's you guys again. There's 3 of them, though. Sadly, this is just how Virgil operates. He is just verbose. All you have is rusty gear. You don't even have any gear. And you have a tiny amount of gold. Poor defenseless killer dogs. I mean, I'm not sure they're that defenseless. Just gonna throw that out there. They might not be that defenseless. Okay, we are now at Ashbury. Someone else did. I didn't. No, my wisdom is not knowledgeable. I am not even slightly knowledgeable. Save? I did. We started off this game dying to the wolves in the first area. So you're a ship captain. I don't think you're who I want. An intelligent person knows the dangers of fighting a dragon. A wise person wouldn't do it. You seem more like who I'm looking for. Yep. Ahoy there, matey. What can old Teach do for ye? I'm sorry, I don't believe we've met. Aye, we haven't at that. I be Captain Edward Teach, salty sea dog and captain of the Gypsy Shadow, the crustiest and most seaworthy vessel this side of Razor's Cape. Nice to make your acquaintance. And a pleasure to make yours, Captain. I've got a question or two. Of course, matey. What can you tell me of Ashbury? Ashbury? Not much to say about her. Another port, another town. Good place for sailor to lay his head or get drunk. That was inspiring. Let me ask you a few other questions. I'm in need of passage to the Isle of Despair. I have just received word from Mr. Bates to be expecting you. Said you'd be asking for passage to that hellish place and that I should be taking you. I don't much like the waters nor the people there, but for Bates I'll do it. Thank you, Captain. Shall we leave at once? Now will be as good a time as any. There'll be a strong easterly wind, and the waters are as glassy as I've seen 'em in a long time. I not be the superstitious type, but I'd be inclined to say it be a good omen. Glad you think so. Let us be off. Well, that was fast. Travelling by cutscene is the fastest and most expedient way of going anywhere, my friend. Welcome to the Isle of Despair. Oh boy! There's much despair here. I can hear that music. Okay. Let's travel by the road, shall we? Should bring us to somewhere... Well, hi. Even orcish half-breeds are lonesome, I see. Away with you. Many pardons, sir. Might I ask you a question or two? I don't like you, but as long as you don't get uppity, I suppose I could answer a question or two. I'm looking for the Black Mountain clan. Could you help me? A clan? I don't have any clans around here. You need to speak to Thorvald about that. Thorvald? Who's he? Thorvald's the leader of this enclave. He settles his disputes within its walls. But to get to see him, you'll need to talk to Ogden, his guard, first. Can I go inside now? I suppose we could let you in, but watch your step. If you step out of the straight and narrow, I'll be forced to knock you about. Got me? I'll be careful. Thank you. Yay! I get to go in! Well, this place is horrible. He's got a quest, does he? Huh. Don't recall asking you back here. Might ask you a question or two. Nope, that's not important. Buttering up? How am I going to butter him up? Genuine question here. How do I butter him up? I don't think that's ever going to happen. Yeah, I don't think he's going to give me a quest. I don't think he's ever going to like me enough. Then again... You are most kind. One more thing. I must warn you about wandering outside of the encampment here. Here we go! It's just like, hi, can I ask you a question? No. Can I ask you a question? No. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Why, sure, my friend! Just pester me enough and I'll become your steadfast ally. Why is that? We've lost quite a few people to a sorceress beast that defies our guns. I myself saw a man eaten alive by the beast while his gun misfired. Where is this beast? I'll kill it for you for a price. I think we think it lives north of here. That is all we know. You'll have to track it yourself to find its lair. We have a powerful magical amulet we'll give you for killing it, but I can't tell you what power it holds. It's never been identified. It's a deal, sir. Alright, I'm gonna ignore this whole place and head north. Hang on. How do you head north? I suppose that's how you head north. Okay. Follow the path? Ooh, a chest! Sorry, I found a chest. I'm gonna open this chest. Okay, I need to...
Sure, I'll do it right away.
Yay! What's in it? I think that was just money. Ah, well. We are indeed a master of unlocking. This is very true. Okay, so... Oh! Oh, look! Giant footprints! Let's go! Up there. And around here. Whoa! A temporal crusher! Good news! We don't rely on technology. Yeah, we don't rely on tech. We rely on hit. Rubbish. Ooh. Ooh, unidentified gauntlets and a ring. Neat. Well, we killed it. It's dead. Ta-da! Yep. That was trivial, actually. I am amazing against technology. I'm just gonna punch you. Oh, can you not? And I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna punch you. It's my best spell. Krasnar casts Fist. And then we just punched you. And then you died. We took off half its health. Before I could even do anything, half its health was gone. Alright, good news. Move along. I've dispatched the sorcerer's beast for you. Spectacular. Our small community thanks you. Here's a token of our appreciation. Marvelous! We got... That's a pretty nice looking necklace. Now let's go in. This is plot. You Orcish rabble are the worst of a lot. Hi? Bugger off, dolt. Sir, why the harsh words? We've only just met. I see all kinds out here on this prison, boy, but you're just really getting under my skin. I don't know your name, Norian, so how can I call you Norian? Game? Game, we're breaking the fourth wall. My immersion is being shattered. Norian, I didn't recall you mentioning my name. I know there's some way we can get past this. Yeah, he doesn't. He only has a name tag after you talk to him. He puts it on then. Like, I don't know what he looks like or anything until I actually say hi to him. Norian furrows his brow, then thinks about it better. Yeah, no reason to make things ugly. The boss here doesn't like people fighting outside the pit anyways. Perhaps you can talk after all. I'm glad. What is it you do around here, Norian? I try to keep to myself mostly, but I'm not doing that. I brew a little potato moonshine. Potatoes are about the only thing that'll grow on this godforsaken island. I see. Must be quite a demand for strong drink out here. You can say that again, lad. Not much else to take a man's mind off things. Makes you right popular around here as well. Most of the men come here when they've got something to trade. Speaking of, I might have a job for you if you're looking for work. What sort of work are you talking about, Norian? It's not a difficult piece of work. I trade with an old man by the name of Maximilian who lives out in the wilds, beyond the village wall. Old Max ain't a bad sort, but dangerous. You know what I mean? I owed him a jug of moonshine for a fortnight. With all the men disappearing, I've been scared to go out and take it to him. What you mean? Who's been disappearing? You should talk to the guard at the gate. Well, I've sorted that. Perhaps I might be of assistance. You're a braver soul than I if you're willing to face whatever's out there. Old Max might not even be alive, but I don't want to make him mad if he is. If you take this jug out to him, he'll give you a jug of your own. You never know what some of Norian's moonshine is worth. I will do so in return. That's grand. Here's the moonshine. He hands you a jug. And here's where old Maximilian was living the last time I saw him. He points to a place on your map. Tell Maximilian to give you a note confirming your delivery. You bring that back and I'll give you a jug for yourself. I must get going. Well, off we go. So we have a jug now of moonshine. This is a quest. The home of Maximilian. Let's go. Oh look! Giant spiders. Spider people. Oh, they're dead. Okay. Whoa, there's a lot of greenery here. Hello. Orcish scum. I don't speak with your kind. Sir, is that any way for gentlemen to speak to one another? I consider you for a moment, and I see you're an individual of class and good breeding. My assessment of you was wrong. I am sorry. That's not a problem, sir. Might I ask who you are? The man before you is old, but still holds himself with strength and dignity. He seems to take all of you in at once, weighing what he sees before you. My name is Maximilian. A pleasure, Maximilian. Might I ask you a few questions? Of course. What are you doing out here? That's my business, friend. The Isle of Despair is no place to be asking a man about his past. I recommend you mind your business, sir. Every man has his secrets. Believe me, I understand. He seems a little surprised. He gives you a shrewd look, making a new appraisal. You're right. Please, forgive my short-sightedness. No doubt you've things of value to share as well. Perhaps you and I might have something to speak of after all. I'd enjoy that. Tell me of yourself, Maximilian. Perhaps now is a good time to tell stories. But forgive me if I'm a little leery of companionship. I've spent many years out here in the wild by myself. Might I ask you to tell me of yourself before I begin? Sure? Are you sure we should talk to this random stranger in the middle of the wilderness? I mean, what's he going to do? Tell someone else? You do make a point. Of course, it began not long ago. Explains. Watch the VODs, explains. He's silent for a long time, then... It seems grave times have come to Arcanum. Somehow you've become entangled in her problems. You're a brave soul. Sir, few are those who would do the things you've done. Virtue and valor allow me to act in no other way. Maximilian smiles. You've no idea how refreshing it is to hear someone speak in such a noble manner, sir. There were years I believed that there were no men left in this land who knew what those words meant. But why did you tell me your story, Maximilian? Yes, it is a long time, past time that someone know my tale. Tell me, friend, do you know of anything of the kingdom of Cumbria? Her capital city of Durnholm? King Praetor I? I've been there before. I see. The Cumbria I speak of was a much different place. Far different than what it is today, I'm sure. I speak of a time when Cumbria was a powerful kingdom, when the elves and dwarves had come to her walls to pay tribute to her king, where the banners of the famed dragon knights were a thing to be respected and feared. I take it I've seen Cumbria. It falls far from what you describe. No, there's no doubt that Cumbria is but a shadow of her former glory. The day came long ago when her fate was sealed. The day when technology began to rival magic, and the old ways began to fall to anew. What happened? Did Cumbria resist that change? Yes, and vehemently. The king of the time, Tarrant, was a wise and brave man, but set in his ways. He was cut from sterner stuff, but he was like stone, unwavering but inflexible. He failed to see how Cumbria needed to grow, to change. And so he passed laws outlawing the use of technology in his lands, and set a ruling council of mage advisors at his side. For years, Cumbria was still very strong and influential, but it was only a matter of time. It turns out the gods just wanted to remind people of something older and superior to both magic and technology. Punch. Punch is fundamental. What happened? Well, Cumbria was surpassed, both in commerce and in power. When mighty Tarrant demanded the release of certain disputed lands, Cumbria was taught a harsh lesson. The armies of Cumbria were slaughtered, the dragon knights cut down by gun and cannon fire. The glory of older days was lost. But what of King Tarrant? What happened to him? He was killed. He led the final charge of the dragon knights and was shot as any common soldier, unwavering and brave to the end. I see. What does all this have to do with you, Maximilian? He seems to come to himself, looking back at you. With the death of Tarrant came a power struggle. There were those who believed that Cumbria should embrace the new age to seek a better way to make her powerful again. But others thought differently? Yes. Some people cannot see the answer, even when it is laid before them in the form of a dead king. Tarrant had 2 sons. The older son believed in the new ways, and the younger son believed in nothing. And so the mage council that Tarrant had put in place put their influence behind the younger son. Wasn't the older son heir to the throne by birthright? Yes, but men will create all manner of evil in the pursuit of power. The mage council, who controlled the younger son, brought false allegations against the older son, charging him with treason. He was taken in the night and sent away to rot in prison for the rest of his days. The older son. By the gods! Yes, stranger. The older son was me. I was sent here by my own brother, King Praetor I of Cumbria, and I've been here ever since. I don't know what to say. I've no words. What a twist! No words necessary, friend. You've done enough to sit here and listen to my story. I've made peace with my past. Life here on the Isle is harsh, but a man learns to live with himself, to accept what life brings. But it was so unfair. Perhaps I could bring you home. No. My time in Cumbria has passed. If my brother lives, I'm sure he has paid the price due to him. He was young and foolish. When one is a king, life is unforgiving when you live so. But Cumbria, perhaps the kingdom still needs you. He looks to you, then away to the west. I can still feel her, you know. The stone walls of Durnholm, the rolling hills and vales, the trumpet blast of a dragon knights marching to battle. I wake up sometimes, forget where I am. Come back with me, Maximilian. It's not too late. He looks back again. Perhaps I will ask you this, friend. The captain of a dragon knight was a man named Warren de Peldar. He was my one true friend. If he still lives, and cares to do so, tell him I'm here, that I'd enjoy once more the pleasure of his company. I already know of Warren Peldar. Tell him of Lyanna. So, my old friend is dead. He shall be missed, but this Lyanna, his daughter, you say? Tell me, what is she like? She is a warrior, like her father. I see. He smiles. Perhaps Cumbria still has a burning heart. If you wish, go to Lyanna Peldar and tell her I'm here. Who knows what will come of such things? You see a hard look come over his face, a proud look. I will, Maximilian. I swear to you. I would greatly appreciate it, friend. Good luck to you, wherever your travels might take you. By the way, I have this beer. I think you need it. You have? I see that Norian hadn't the backbone to deliver it himself. Not but I can blame him. The wilds are no place to be risking your neck for a jug of potato wine. I appreciate it, stranger. I'm sure you want a receipt? Of course, here you go. Excellent! You know, I'm not even going to steal from you. The moonshine is so much more important. I get the feeling that when we meet that lady, something might happen. I forgot where she was, by the way. I did it. I delivered the moonshine. Here's the note. You made it. I'm glad to see it. I appreciate your help, friend. Here's your jug of moonshine. Good luck to you. Yay! We got potato moonshine. We did it. Quest complete. It's dark. It's no longer dark. Right, let's go start talking to everyone. I mean, we're in an island full of despair and doom. Another petulant half-breed. What do you want? I don't believe there is any call for you to insult me, madam. Many pardons, sir. I mistook you for a member of the lower classes, I did. I'm so embarrassed. What may I help you with? Human bandit. May I ask what someone such as yourself is doing here? My name is Cynthia Boggs. I was born here. The man who envisaged this hell for those who refuse to adapt to their society neglects to provide for the offspring of the convicted. That's scandalous. You've been here your whole life? Yes, it's not a bad life as it were, until my mother died last year. She kept the worst of it from me. Since her passing I've become abused and treated like common property. Can't you speak to Thorvald about this? Thorvald will not listen to my tale. He's only concerned with the affairs of men. Women are beneath his concern. He is a dwarf after all. Ooh. Ooh. What can be done about this? She looks around as if to see if anyone else could possibly overhear what she's saying. There's a tribe of nomadic women on this island who have cast off the shackles of oppression these men have tried to impose on them. If I could escape from here, I believe they would allow me to join with them. What could I do to help? If you could speak with their leader, Loria, they might come and rescue me. It would be my pleasure to help you. Oh, bless you. Show me your map. Here is the location of the tribe as far as I know. Also, here's a white scarf to wear around your head. If they see a man approaching without it, they will attack him. How do you know all this information? My mother used to tell me tales of these women when I was younger. She told me to escape and live with them if anything happened to her. Why did you simply leave? I was not allowed to leave the encampment. I've tried before, but always catch me. And then the punishment. I'm truly sorry. I will get you out of here as soon as possible. What else have we got? Nothing? Yeah, it's not good. Man? Excuse me, we've already met and you already insult me? Man does as he pleases out here, boy. You got a problem with the way I'm talking, then you would just move on. I'm not here to fight, but I would like to speak to you. Yes, come to think of it, that's the better way. He leans over, whispering, forgive my bravado, friend. Here on this island, any camaraderie with strangers is seen as weakness. I've no choice but to say such things. I understand. What's going on around here? The man before you was dressed in rags, but hung from head to foot are small objects and trinkets. The name's Jones. Jones the Collector, they call me out here. Why are you called the Collector? Because that's what I do, boy. I collect things, all sorts of things, all shapes and sizes and tastes and colours. If it's to be had on the Isle, old Jones has got it. Get me, boy? Ain't no one knows better about the getting of things than Jones the Collector. Do you trade as well? Does an ogre's breath smell like yesterday's catch? Trade? Boy, I've been trading longer than you've been asking stupid questions. I'm just joking with you, boy. But yes, I know a fair bit about trade and trading. What sort of things have you been collecting lately? Oh, just about everything that washed up on the shore. Old forks, rusted pipes, occasional shoe or boot. You looking for shoes? I got shoes you wouldn't believe. Not of a match, but out here... Wait. You new around here, boy? You looking to earn some goods? Make a trade? What do you have in mind? Well, I've been trying to get someone to go down to Shades Beach for the last few months. There's some really strange stuff. Something really strange down there. I've been told plenty of things like that a man like me might be interested in. What do you mean by strange? What's down there? There's a few mage types around there, and they say that just getting within earshot of the place screws up all their spells. Something down there that just don't agree with magic. Plus, old Dietrich brought me back a weapon from there, but likes I've never seen. I go down myself, but they say it's crawling with beasts and whatnot. What are you offering if I go down there? I'll tell you what, you bring back some objects from that beach, and I'll find you something good. And if you find something good, I'll trade you that weapon I told you about. God knows I can't make heads or tails of it. Alright. Done. Here's where the beach is. Good luck to you. Can't wait to see what you dig up. Alright, so we have that. We have man. There's a pit. I feel like the pit might be a problem. The old man before you is lean and scarred. Watch your step here, lad. This ain't the place for a weak spine. Perhaps you'd better move on. I don't mean to be a bother. Might I ask who you are? No, you may not. Your handmaiden manners are going to get you nothing around here, milksop. I recommend you find somewhere else to look for a dullard. My patience runs thin, old man. I need to know who you are. As you sigh, he then breaks into a smile. That's the spirit, lad. You might just have a little backbone yet. They call Gorin, master of the pit. What's your business here? That was an instance of you've got to be a bit rude. Just looking around, Gorin. What is this pit? This here is the pit, lad. If there's a problem between two inmates here on the island, this is usually where it's resolved. Here or by Thorvald Two-Stones. Men do a lot of gambling on the outcomes, and there's a few men and women who make their way on the island by fighting here all the time. Can I ask you some other questions? What's it need you know, lad? Hello, Birdman. How you doing? What you do here? Me? I'm the master of the pit. Used to be a fighter many years ago. I oversee all the fights, make sure no one goes in there who ain't supposed to be. I've been loyal to Thorvald for a long time, and he takes care of his own. Who's Thorvald Two-Stones? Thorvald Two-Stones? He's the one who runs things on this island. Tough little dwarf. Been here longer than any of us, and no one questions what he says. Got a big half-over named Ogden Big Fists that make sure it stays that way. How might one schedule a fight? You want to try your hand at the pit, eh, lad? Ogden's Big Fist is the man to see about that. He's second in command to Thorvald, and Thorvald is the man who decides things around here. I'm warning you, lad. You don't be going into the pit unless you're willing to be carried out. Understand what I'm saying? Okay, that's probably the guy I'm looking for. But first... Oh, there's a little house here. It's got nothing in it! Nothing in here. And lastly, nothing in here. Okay. Extra early morning sounds fun. So you're probably Ogden, who probably hates me. I should make a different save slot. Also, it's hot. Also, like 2 more days before I can finally figure out how many points my Space Marine army is. Looking forward to that. You're a small-brained half-breed if I ever saw one. I was told to speak to Ogden. I am Ogden. What is it you wish to speak to me about? It's imperative that I find the dwarf Thorvald to speak to him. Thorvald resides behind these doors. Only a select few are allowed an audience. It is my charge to filter out those undeserving of the honour. He may be able to help me. I must speak with him. I have very specific rules I'm pledged to follow. No one enters without first proving themselves in the field of battle, so to speak. The field of battle? The field of battle in this instance would be the pit. Barbaric, but effective in detouring the undesirable element. They are surely lacking in any kind of entertainment, so the man invented their own barbaric form, pit fighting. It sounds like you don't necessarily approve of the pit fights. I don't mind them, they make my job easier. They're just not my particular brand of entertainment. I would rather pass the time with a good book. No offence, but you seem very articulate for an ogre. No offence perceived, sir. In actuality, I am but a half-ogre. Having never had contact with either of my parents, I do not have the information as to the specific nature of my lineage. You never knew your parents? No, I have a vague recollection of an orphanage, though. But something about the memory seems a bit peculiar. What seems peculiar about it? It is a most strange thing. As I remember, all the other children were half-ogres like myself. What's wrong with that? It's very rare that a human and an ogre would mate, and most of the time these couplings are the result of force. If there were a significant number of things being committed by ogres, I believe the newspapers would have been overflowing with calls to eradicate ogres. I have noticed that many city gnomes use half-ogre servants. Now that you mention it, it does seem a bit strange. Even I spent some time myself as a servant to a gnome of rather high standing. Did you work for gnomes your whole life before coming here? No. From a very early age I remember working in a printer's shop, from the early morning hours well into the evening. I would then retire to the storage room where I was allowed to rest for a few hours. The next day I would be up before dawn to start again. That sounds truly distressing. How long did you work there for? I have no way to gauge how long I spent in that miserable shop. Eventually I was rescued by a well-to-do gnome who made a big show about paying the printmaster a sum of money for the inconvenience. I now recognise this is the accepted way to buy and sell individuals. I worked for Mr. Chaplain until I was sent here. Why were you sent here? Mr. Chaplain did not wish to have a savage serving his guests, so he hired a tutor for me. Miriam was her name. I never knew that humans could be kind, or even that kindness was until I met her. She taught me for 3 years until I began to ask too many questions. But what happened then? The more I questioned, the more agitated Mr. Chaplain became. Early one morning the constable came to the house and escorted me away. I didn't even see Mr. Chaplain. My fate did not become evident until I was on the ship coming here. Why did they send you here? People don't like their property to ask too many difficult questions. Being an influential gnome, it was a simple matter for him to get me shipped here. I believe I was perceived as a potential agitator of the workers. So the pit is the only way to gain airings with Thorvald. I'm afraid so. You're an educated individual. You must see I'm not a commoner. Yes, it has been very pleasant speaking with you. Perhaps it is a nice change. Suppose we should fight. I don't know what we do. I might have to think about that. I mean... Very well, I'll fight. Who must I see? So go speak with Gorin, the pitmaster. I'll arrange the fight for you. Have you seen the other dwarves other than Thorvald here? No, I have not. Alright, fine, we'll do the fighting. I mean, we could have avoided the fighting, but we're going to do the fighting. I'm here to schedule a fight. Really now? Ogden sent you over here to fight, boy. I don't know if that means he likes you or he hates you. It was a fascinating conversation. No matter. We'll see soon enough what you're made of. You'll be fighting with whatever you got on you. Other than that, there ain't no rules. Only one man walks out the pit, boy. You ready? I'll remember that, Goran. I'm ready. Send me in. Oh, I didn't tell you. You go in the pit alone, lad. You can't be bringing your friends down here. You'll have to wait until you're done fighting. So, I have to tell them to leave the party and then rejoin. Can't they just... Alright, so. Zog. Do something for me. Please wait here, Zog. I'll be here for a while, cause I look around for a tavern. Alright, buddy.
What is it that you want of me? Yes,
wait here for me.
What would you... I don't like leaving you alone, but I'll wait here until you return.
It's alright, we saved before the conversation. Stay here.
How can I help you? What would you like me to do?
Wait here for me, please.
I'll wait here, but you'd best not keep me waiting long. A dwarf has better things to do than wait around for the likes of you.
Alright, fine. It's alright, it won't be a few days. It'll be like a few moments. Let's go! Hey, it's Borag! He's level 10. He's dead. He has an axe. That was the fight. Congratulations, lad. Borag was one of our toughest fighters. You did well in there. Will you be off to speak with him? Oh yeah, true. Unique. Aren't there any real fighters around here, Orin? Ha! You're a true pit dog. Go back in. There'll be another fight waiting for you. What do you have? An interesting sword. Game, you didn't let me take the sword. Game, you didn't let me take the sword. Alright, let's do this again. The sound effects have gone. I've noticed the sound effects have vanished. Game? Game, where did the sound effects go? You've won again! Are you looking to test your mettle once again? I mean, alright, if you've any fighters to challenge me. Ha! You're a true pit. Go back in, alright. That guy's dead. He has a magic dagger. Okay. I'm actually kind of running out of inventory space. Hang on. Buddy, you can stop waiting now. I need to give you some things. Just hold on to these for me for a moment. then you can wait there for me. Anyway, let's go back in. It's this guy. He is also dead. He has a hammer and some chainmail. I don't really want the chainmail. I mean, I suppose I could take the hammer. It's not really that good. Alright, I suppose I'll fight someone else. Oh! Well, that was my face. Thank you! Maybe there was a better way to handle that fight. If I'm... Okay, there's you. So if I just immediately do that. So if I pause, like, as soon as that fight happens. Okay, priest, bandit, demon. Okay, dead. Down. Dead. Okay. You have a rusty broadsword. And that's it. Okay, that fight didn't go anywhere near as badly when I saved. Never seen anything like it. You're a mad dog. The pit has never seen a more fearsome fighter. Who's next, Dorn? No one would be a fool to fight you, lad. You've beaten all our best. I'd say that makes you the champion. I'm thinking that men out here are going to be staying out of your way. Good. Hey, buddy. You can stop waiting now.
What is it that you want of
You
me?
can stop waiting now.
I'm ready to get going when you are.
Excellent. Come along.
How can I help you? It's about time. A dwarf never likes to wait.
You were waiting
Let's
like
go.
5 minutes, buddy. You were waiting like 5 minutes. Look, I got to watch some fights. It was so dull. 2 whole minutes. Have I mentioned that I'm a dwarf today? Yes. 5, no, literal minutes, not freezer minutes. So we have the beaches. Let's go to the beach first. Even the dog, even the dog missed as much as him. Right, so we're at the beach. There is also a boar. This boar is very likely to explode. That's Skull Crusher. Oh! They're dead. Okay. I guess the only skull that was crushed was theirs. Oh, spiders! It's dead. Well, now I see what the thing about this place was. Something crashed here. Okay. An ancient filament. Alright. A schematic for a Bronwick's gun. Alright. An ancient looking glass. And there's no room for that. Hang on! It's dead now. That is the reanimator. Some ancient gears. I mean, I talk to people sometimes. It kind of looks like a fish. Maybe it was a submarine. Okay. Now, let's wear this ancient scarf over our head. Or this white scarf over our head. It's kind of important that we do that so that we're not attacked on the site when we go to this place. The woman's camp. Good couple of days away. Oh! Is that everything in the beach? I mean, we can always go back. We can always go back if we need to. You seem to be the important person here. What brings you to our tribe, boy? Where did you get the headband? It was given to me by a poor woman who wishes to join you. Why is she not here herself? She's not able to escape from the southern encampment. We do not need those that cannot fend for themselves. So you would simply leave her to rot. Perhaps you don't realize where you are. Look around. This is a wasteland that devours the unprepared. At least she is protected in the encampment. We cannot afford to have someone who needs to be helped along. What should I tell her? That you don't care she's suffering? I feel for her, but out here feelings mean nothing. I can give you this old pistol to bring to her. Tell her to use it to escape, if she means to join up with us. Charging the gates with that pistol would be suicide. Better to die fighting than to live a torturous life. I do not think she'll be relieved to hear that. Such is life. Is there anything else? Great! May I ask about you? What is your story? I was sent here for killing a man that was beating me, and I refused to be trapped by the men's encampment when I arrived. My women have either escaped the encampment or avoided it altogether from the time they arrived. It is quite the tale. Goodbye. Yay! Thanks for taking the pistol, buddy. Yay. So that didn't work. Problem is we'd have to take her away. And this might anger people. Oh, hi.
That's the way to show those
Virgil!
I mean, good hit, sir.
Virgil, really? Well, this is all going to go awfully wrong. Oh. Still wearing the scarf, by the way? True. True, I am. Right, let's... This is going to go badly. To be sure, it is nice to see you again. I have returned to help you escape. Have you spoken to Loria? Are they not going to come rescue me themselves? They want nothing to do with those who cannot help themselves. I suppose they are right. I should be able to extradite myself from my bonds if... I am to be welcomed amongst them. I could offer to help. Please let me help you. It is a dangerous trek to that camp. You would do that for me? I thank you, and humbly accept your offer of help. Follow me. Here's a pistol they gave me to give to you. Thank you again. Yay, we have Cynthia! She's level 20. Okay, let's pause the game while I level up. So we're level 35. We have 2 stat points. I mean, I could get to 15 and then take another point of persuasion. I mean, if we're gonna go Persuadatron. Yeah, look at us. We're an expert in persuasion now. Okay, let's go. Sir, I suggest you tell that old woman to stop following you, or I'll be forced to attack you. She's not allowed to leave here, or even to fraternize with strangers. I am not a stranger. I own her. What do you mean, own her? Thorvald sold her to me. I'm lying! Oh, excuse me, sir. I didn't realize. Sorry for the trouble. Ha ha! Lying! Persuasion coming in clutch. They probably wouldn't have believed me if I didn't have persuasion. And literally no one questioned it. Would you question it if that party was in front of you? A burly half-orc fully clad in plate mail, a ogre clad in plate mail, a wizard clad in plate mail, a dwarf clad in plate mail, and a dog that can rip apart giant bears. And I'm also the champion of the pit. I could, but she wants to go here. She wants to come here. What do you want now? This is the woman I told you about. She wishes to join you. Thank you for helping her, even though I'm not sure it was in her best interest. As I said before, she will be dead if she cannot fend for herself out here. So you will let her join you? She may stay with us, yes. This is what she wants. She wants to come here. Surprisingly happy ending. I mean, she might not survive, but she's been given that chance. Thanks. Thank you for bringing me here. I'll never forget your help. You're welcome. Good luck. Well, I'm going to stand here forever now. Bye. Yeah, she wanted to make this decision. I'm going to respect her decision. She is here. She can now make of her life what she wishes. I mean, she's here, so they might as well try and let her in. Okay, buddy, I have trinkets for you. What are you looking for me? Yep, I have found objects on Shade's Beach. Let's see what you've got. I found this ancient gears. That looks like a good trade. Done. And you can have the weapon. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. You make yourself a good collector, boy. Good doing business with you. You gave me a laser gun. Giving her true freedom. Oh. Oh, you can actually just... Oh. Oh. Well, it's fine. This is the life that she's got here. I can't go back. Maybe another playthrough? I mean, the chances of me playing it a second time? Not super high, because it's a long game. Anyway, I think instead we're looking at this. Right, so now I have the laser gun. I mean, you might as well hold on to it for now, I suppose. I think I've done all the quests here, though. I suppose now I can talk to Thorvald? Did you get the monster? I've killed all kinds of things here. I killed a monster, I did the beach, I've done the quest thing, did the moonshine, got another quest. I don't think there's anything else I can do. I was victorious in the pit. May I enter now? Go on in. Excellent. So, is this when I drink my super potion? Because I do have an intelligence potion. I think. I bought one. Potion of intellect. It's here. I probably would not do another playthrough of this game on Twitch anytime soon. Like, it would be mostly the same content? This place is rather fancy. I don't think it would be that different, though. Like, the meat and potatoes of the game would be very similar. I've no desire to speak with you, half-breed. Or could I speak with you? I've nothing to say to you. Sorry. Yes, what is it you wish to know? Nothing, never mind. I do not recall asking you to speak with me. Yeah, here we go! Could I speak with you? What do you want? Make it quick. There was, but this would be far more involved, specialist. Like, this is much more involved. You'd have to basically go through the whole game all over again. But at the same time, it wouldn't be a huge difference for most of it. Yeah, exactly. If you like the playthrough, I'd recommend that you buy the game yourself. And give it a go. Are you the only dwarf on this island? I'm the only dwarf that has ever been on this island, period. But where's the rest of the Black Mountain clan? Are you an idiot? What does any of this have to do with the Black Mountain clan? I am not them. So where is the Black Mountain clan? Any fool would know the Black Mountain clan reside in the northernmost region of the Stone Mountains. Any fool but you, obviously. I've been there. It is deserted. That's strange. Why is it you believe they are here? A dwarven hermit told me the clan was banished here. And what exactly did he tell you? I'll tell him the story. The whole clan gone? Dwarves involving themselves with magics? The whole tale's preposterous. Nevertheless, I must find the Black Mountain clan. Have you spoken to the Wheel clan about this? Do you know where I could find them? There are two things you will need. I'll tell you all you'll need to know for a price. What is it you want? 1,500 gold, and your word that you will let my clan know that I'm here. What will buy the information that you need. So be it. The Wheel Clan is located here. You will also need to get a pair of spectacles with lenses made of Cathon crystal to be able to see the entrance. Where could I find spectacles such as that? That's your problem. Besides, you're not even going to get off this island alive anyways. Why do you say that? Do you really think our clan... You could land a boat on this island with no one knowing about it? I'm sure it's already been captured, and your captain thrown to the sharks. Well, I'll just have to take it back myself then, won't I? Yeah, good luck. You'll need it. Oh no, not 1,500 of our 42k! Well, off we go. So they did a good job. Yeah, they did a great job. Good luck with that. So I'm done with everything I can do on this island. There's nothing else left. I mean, no one else is going to do anything with them. Ahoy, laddie! What have you found out about the Black Mountain clan? Plenty. What happened here, Captain? Who are these men? Oh, bloody inmates thought they'd come out here and play at being swashbucklers. As if old teacher's going to let a bunch of scurvy landlubbers board the Gypsy Shadow. I just gave 'em what was coming to them, laddie. Nicely done, Captain. Let's get out of here. I won't be sad to leave this place behind. Looks like we'll be heading back to Ashbury then. I'm ready when you are. Cutscene travel! Yeah! Alright, so we have a couple of magic items that we can do stuff with, including this amazing amulet, this dagger, that there. So, in the corner here, there's that lady who can identify stuff for us. So we'll go and talk to them. And then we have a long journey ahead of us, probably. Yes, I need to Miss Del Par. That's true. I mean, there is. It's called... I don't want to do it. So. Baneful Gauntlets. The Serpentine Necklace. A Dagger of Speed.
Mayhem! Yippee!
Mm-hmm. And there's Captain Floofus with 34 months. Thank you so very much. That is so kind of you. Thank you. Is there a spectacle shop here in Ashbury? There might be. I think there was. Is it impossible to wear that necklace? I bet my good friend here could wear it. Bet if I gave this to him, he could wear it. Hey buddy, do you want a necklace? Nah, I don't care about giving a guy all of my my Cathorn crystals. Like, oh no! A charmed ring, huh? It's just an item. Just, you know, stays on the... just a necklace item. It's fine. Like, if it takes all of our crystals, That's also fine. So this is the sundries. That's the crooked staff. Clothing and accoutrements. Sidearms. A pub. Hostelry. A place where people stand about. Herbs. Is there a place here that does glasses? On the docks, first shop when you get off to... Oh! We'd never actually been there. Why not wear it myself? Because... I'm not magically inclined. I'm pretty sure our good friend will get a lot better use out of it than I will. Raymond's of fine spectacles. There we go! Man who makes glasses. We've never been in this store, actually, I don't think. What is it you need, friend? What sort of wares do you carry here? Oh, my skills are my quite specialty, sir. See, I make quality optical instruments that enhance your vision. I have several pairs of spectacles made up at the moment. Please feel ease to peruse them. You can see for yourself that they're the highest caliber. And remember, if you ever find yourself in need of a pair, I'm fully capable of preparing custom spectacles. Can you make a custom spectacles for me, Mr. Pierce? Custom spectacles? Oh yes, sir. I'm quite capable of making such items. What may I ask your needs? I need a pair of from Cathorn crystal. Well, it is not often I am asked for such a pair, but yes, I can manufacture those, but it is a delicate task working with Cathorn crystal. I will have to charge you 1,000 coins for such a pair, and you would need to provide the crystal, of course. Also, I get to keep all remaining shards of crystal. I mean, okay. Take the crystal and the coin. Very good, very good. They should not take long. Please wait for them. He busies himself, shaving the crystal, slowly shaping it with a pair of lenses that fit him into spectacle frames that he had in supply. Ah, yes, here they are. A very fine pair, if I do say so myself. Excellent. I have, yeah, Wheel Clan spectacles. I've got some glasses. I can look at things now. Is a man in a dark cloak. I mean, I don't know how much use I'll get out of a man with a dark cloak. We just need to... Get out of my side, orcish trash. Pardon me, I must not have heard you correctly. Huh? You caught me by surprise and gave me quite a start. I apologize for my comments, sir. It's already forgotten. What is it then? Who might you be? You can call me friend for now. I don't like answering too many questions. It can be hazardous to one's health. May I ask a few more questions? What goes on around here? Have you heard of an ancient shipwreck meant to be a short ways up on the coast? Many have tried to find it, but few have succeeded in the attempt. What could you tell me of the Wheel Clan? I know little of the Dwarven people. You told me about Ashbury. No, he's not especially intriguing. Okay, he's just a dude. He was a dude. And he did a thing. And And now we shall take the... Haha, we got a dog. We can't take the train. Sometimes people are just dudes. Right, well, it's a long journey. Let's make our way all the way back to Durnhold. Let's go! Nope. Or maybe I have.
Traveler, it seems to me that you're looking for answers. Perhaps it is time that I answered them for you.
What? Who are you?
Don't you know? Are you not the reincarnation of Nazareth? Has it been so long that you don't recognize your old nemesis? Or perhaps you're not the living one after all, merely a puppet playing his role.
Ah, you must be Aranax.
So, you remember me, do you, Nazareth? Do you remember what I did to your pathetic elven council? Do you remember when all of Arcanum shook before my power? Be warned, they will do so again. I have come to bring you a message.
And what message is that?
The message is this. Whether you are the living one or not, whether or not the coward Nasrudin hides in your bones or still rots in his grave, the inevitable will still come to pass. I am returning. It has already been set in motion, and there's nothing you can do about it. I am returning, and all will fall before me. Everyone you know, everyone you love.
Not the dog! Don't you mean me, sir? Not the dog! You going to face me as a warrior.
See my power? Do you yet understand? Perhaps I need to be more clear. No one is safe, traveler. No one. Not even you.
You hurt the dog! Wait, are you not bothered about the rest of them? No, I'm really not. Aranax!
Remember what I have shown you here. Remember and tell the world. Aranax is returning to Arcanum, and nothing will ever be the same. Farewell.
Well, that was awkward. Evil bag. Breaking news: Evil bad guy monologues and brags about returning. Yep. Right. So where were we? Walking. It's all right. His return is event driven. He won't come until we've done all we need to do in the plot. It'll be fine. You think so? Yes. Yeah, I do actually. Don't think it's the kind of game to put a strict time limit like that. We'll be fine. Or if it did, it'd tell me. Yeah. Fallout told you. Now. Fallout did not tell you. No, Fallout did tell you, actually. Fallout went, there is this time limit, you have X number of days to solve something, and then in the original unpatched version of the game, it then went, you have X number of days until this happens. It did tell you. It absolutely told you. You literally went out going, you have 150 days worth of water. Go get the water chip. No, it definitely... It even had a sticky sticker on it. That... It doesn't now because that was removed. Like, in later patches of the game, they actually remove the second time limit. Originally it was there, but then they removed it. Like, as far as I know, there isn't a second time limit anymore. But originally there was. Miss Peldar, what have I done to offend you? It was less if you traded away the knowledge of the location of the vault to the water traders. It was 100 days shorter. I'm sorry, perhaps you could reconsider your opinion. It's like... we've spoken before. Ask who you are. May I ask for a few moments? I bring news of Maximilian, Liana. Oh my god. Maximilian? We never dreamed that he was still alive. Where? Where is he? He's on the island of despair. Story. I see. Thank you, my friend. My father would have been so happy. He used to talk of Maximilian endlessly, saying how Cumbria would have been even greater had he have taken his rightful place on the throne. Perhaps that might still come to pass. I will go, and return with the true king. Well, I've set some events in motion. That's the thing I've just done. Buddy. Buddy. Why did you put those on? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna put these on. Why? I didn't spark a civil war in the near future. Well, pfft. Right, so we've done that. So the Wheel Clan is... there. That's a long way away. We could walk. Oh, it'd take us a long time to get there. But okay, here we go. Hope you like walking, everyone, because we're doing a lot of it. By the way, you're all awesome. Have I told you that you're all awesome? Because you're awesome. Now you know. Also, wolves. Just a casual stroll, you know. Yeah, but you pay for that with, you know, being a mage. I've got feet. I could just walk. And kick every single wolf I encounter. Like so. And get tons of experience for doing so. Like, really, I get so much experience with just walking around and kicking wolves. Like, this is where I get XP. Like, we're already now at 23,000. Quests give good experience, but you know what gives better experience? Just punching things. Also, I've noticed that the Molochian hand no longer is pursuing me anymore. They're no longer sending people to get me. Maybe they ran out. Maybe they did. Maybe they did run out. Good news, we're here. And we need to put these on. Ah! I know where it is now. So. No, you don't major next playthrough. It's a bad idea because doors get a double cast bounty. I mean, you could try it. Okay. Yeah, they're probably not happy to see us. Hold! What business have you in the cavern of the Wheel Clan? Speak. I come with grave news. Blah, 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 blah. I see. This is grave news indeed. You need to speak with High King Thunderstone. His house is directly northeast of here, just through the center passage. Speak with him, and he will know what to do. I'll do that. So, who do I need to talk to with this super amazing potion of being smart? Because there's someone I need to talk to with this super amazing potion of being smart. Am I going the right way here? I think I am. I'm also stealing all their stuff. You're going the right way for a side quest. Marvelous! I love side quests. Hi, all of you! I'ma take your things. You don't seem to care. This is good. I'm just a simple miner, sir. Arvid's the man to see. Arvid Millstone, he's the foreman. Talk to the foreman. Get out of my sight, orcish trash. Well, that was predictable. Why are you speaking to me so? A dwarf sees many things down here in the mines, but I can't say as to how I've seen more repulsive creature than you. Be gone from me. Good dwarf, can't we get beyond our petty differences? I suppose I might be able to show a little mercy to one such as yourself, at least for now. What can I help you with? Thank you for the consideration. Might I ask who you are? Dwarf has before you his thick soot cupboard with tattoos on his forearms. My name is Arvid Millstone, and I'm the foreman here at the Wheel Clan Mines. A pleasure, Arvid. Why are all these miners standing here? Well, sir, there's been some trouble here in the mines as of late. We blasted a new tunnel a few days ago, and I've been losing miners ever since. The old dwarf shivers unconsciously. Sometimes when you dig this deep, you find things that aren't ever supposed to be found. I think there's something bad back there. Something evil. We dug too greedily, too deep. We found cheese. We couldn't resist the cheese, Krathnar. It was the forbidden cheese, though. You did, Deus. You did, welcome. Seems like you might need some assistance here, Arvid. You're a braver soul than I. I've seen things down here you wouldn't believe. Whatever's back there has got me stone scared. Your assistance will be much appreciated, stranger. Although I don't know if I'd recommend anyone going back there. I've no doubt I'll be up to the task, Arvid. Perhaps you might be. I can't offer you anything for the job, but I know dwarves in the Wheel Clan would be grateful if you were to destroy what's been killing all my miners. Their respect is all that's needed. I'll take care of this monster. Thank you, sir. I'm mighty obliged to you. Me and all my crew here. I'll return once I've dispatched the creature. Excellent! Let's go. Well, it's a spider. It's dead now. And here's another spider. It's also dead. And that's dead. And that's dead. And this is dead. And this is dead.
That's the way to show those
Virgil!
bastards, I mean, good hit, sir.
Virgil, please! Just a bit of decorum. A bit of... Virgil. I'm trying my best here. It's a family-friendly stream. It's not when he's around. Oh. Okay. They can summon things. Good to know. Oh, it's like level 3. Oh no, not a trap! I think we're good. So, oh. There's you. Yep, you're just gone. I'll just take all that. You're gone. A geode. This is dead. That's dead. I found fuel. Okay, that's... Is it dead? Yeah, it's dead. Anyway... Stairs down. Alright, stairs down. Oh! Back up a bit. Okay, you don't seem to be bothered about my presence. I mean, this is good. Because then we can do this. I mean, it's dead. Was that what we were meant to worry about? Ooh, a schematic. Huh. Interesting. Okay. So we have that way and this way. What about some brains? No. So this goes up. Okay, up leads to important places. So let's go the other way, which is down. Down probably leads to awful places. So that's the living quarters. Okay, so where's the awful, horrendous, horrible thing in the mines? Have I killed the awful, horrendous, horrible thing in the mines? Oh, I killed it. Okay, great. Hey, buddy, it's dead. Might I speak with you? No, I've not killed it. I've apparently yet to kill it. That was apparently not it. That was apparently not it. Huh. Well, I don't know where one would be if there was one. Oh! That's dead. Okay. So that's gone. I think I've checked there, though. Oh.
That's the way to show those bastards. I mean, good hit, sir.
I killed that one. Okay, so that's dead now. Hello, Cabbage. How you doing? We are failing to find monsters, apparently. Maybe now it's done? I hope so. I've killed the creatures of it. You have? I'm impressed. What exactly were they? They seem to be a family of crystalline spiders. Dreadful beasts. I've heard legends about dread crystal spiders. Perhaps you ran into some of those. I never actually thought they were real. Thank you, my friend. The Wheel Clan's indebted to you. I must depart. Also, I gained a level from that. I'm gonna just boost my charisma more. Because I want to be a master of talking to people for no other reason than I can. For no other reason than it is possible. Hello, I'm gonna pester everyone. Ooh, you have... Ooh, you have stuff. I mean, I suppose I can give you that. It's not really gonna... I'll give you that too, I suppose. It's just stuff. I'll just buy that because... I don't even need it. But I'll... Yeah, would you like... No, you don't want it. Okay, fair enough. Right. I do not need to be an expert healer. So... Carry on. What do you have, sir? Okay. Dwarven plate mail. That's better than what I'm wearing. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay. Please take these off me for a moment. What if Dwarven plate is dwarf size? No, it probably isn't. Truthfully. I bet it's me-sized. You have a featherweight axe. That's pretty fast. Barbarian heavy. Ooh. That's pretty fast too. No room for that, eh? I want to see what I look like in it. Hang on. Carry this, so I can then do that. Oh! I actually can't use it. And he can't use it. Is it only usable by you? I mean, I saved before I bought it. Yes! Actually, only the dwarf can use it. Huh. Okay. I mean, I don't need him to wear that. Yeah, I don't care that he put the ring on. It's only a ring. I mean, I don't want him to wear that plate. That said, the Dwarven chain. It's not that much weaker than the bronzed plate. That's also very... No, it's... Meh. I think it's more the fact that he would be, like... very, very heavily encumbered if he wore those. Like, it's not really best suited for him. Alright, what do you have? A bajillion crafty McThings. And there's not a lot in here. Okay, so is there anything else? There's the garden. We should go to the garden. There's ginkgo root and a Ghidorah stem. Perfect. Got even more of them. Not that we need these right now, but we've got them. So there's nothing else there. This place is big. Hello. Great. Nice to see you like me too. Always great to hang out with my buddy. You're not my buddy, are you? And he's like, no. No, I'm not. Ugh, it is warm. Ugh. Hello, any rumors for me? You didn't hear it from me, friend, but no one has seen the true king, Loghair Thunderstone, for many years. No one knows why, either. Okay. There's an innkeeper who probably hates me. I don't need to use the inn. So there's an area over this side. So I need to start saving, just in case I encounter someone important. Even orcish half-breeds are loathsome, I see. Away with you. Sir, you don't even know me. Bloody outlander. I don't know why I bother. Just get away from me. I know dwarves are stoic, but are they unreasonable as well? I might have been a little short with you, boy. Let's forget it ever happened. I'm willing to do so. What is your name, sir? A dwarf before he was old, with large streaks of grey in his hair and beard. He is wide, even for a dwarf, with very large hands and forearms. My name is Vargard. Vargard Moltenflow. Nice to make your acquaintance, boy. Hello, Vargard. I'm Krathnar. Well met, Krathnar. Welcome to the Wheel Clan. Is there something I can help you with? Well, I've got questions. Tell me about what you do here, Vargard. Me? I'm just an old dwarf trying to stay out of everyone's way. Used to be a miner way back when the dredge was operational. The dredge? What's the dredge? The dredge? It's a system of caverns that used to be an iron mine. The entrance isn't far from here, just next to the royal palace. But why don't they mine there anymore? No, there's no more iron in those caves, boy. Took a fair amount out myself. Only thing left in my dredge is dark and monsters. Not a place you want to be taking a stroll in. It's a shame, too. I lost something down there a long time ago, but no one goes in there anymore. Orders of the king and all that. What did you lose, Vargard? Long ago I lost a key. The key opens the door to a secret room deep within the caverns of the dredge. A room I carved out with my own hands. In that room is an old family heirloom, and I'd love to see it again before I die. I used to go looking for the key, but once they closed the dredge, I could do so no longer. Perhaps I might retrieve it. I don't know. There are always guards at the entrance of a dredge, and I wouldn't want you to cause you trouble. But if you happen to get permission to go in those old caves and come out with the heirloom, I might be willing to give you a stout dwarven miner's helm. It's good for seeing in the dark. Done. I'll return shortly. Okay, got a quest. Go into the horrible evil place of evil and do stuff. Now this guy hates me. What have I done to deserve such treatment? The dwarf before you shows no emotion, yet his words seem dark, ominous, his eyes are almost black. I suggest you leave here, friend. I have no desire to speak with the likes of you. Was I mistaken? I always assumed dwarfs were patient and wise. Again, no emotion, but his dark eyes seem to sparkle. No, except mine. You are our guest here. Please, let us speak together. I'd enjoy that. Who might you be? My name is Edric Obsidian. It's a pleasure to meet you. Well met, Eric. Or Eric, rather, not Edric. A few questions if you don't mind. How can I help you? What is it you do here at the Wheel Clan, Eric? Me? I'm a historian. I study our dwarven past to reflect on the paths we have taken. Collective objects of historical relevance and value. You almost see him smile when I can. I'll try to tell our story and tell it true. I can only hope to be a looking glass into a dwarven soul. What are you studying right now, Eric? Currently, I'm studying dwarven legends and mythology, and recently I came across something very interesting. Very interesting indeed. He seems lost in thought. What, Eric? What have you found? Sorry about that. The possibilities are so exciting. Perhaps I should be more forthcoming. Dwarven mythology tells of an ancient race of dwarfs, whose civilization was filled with such wonders as the world has never known before or since. They were known as the Iron Clan. The Iron Clan? They were real? What happened to them? Well, no one really knows if they were real, or what happened to them if they were, because we've found no proof of their existence. But one of our miners dug up an old dwarven mace a few weeks ago. The handle of that axe was hollow, and within it was this. He shows you what looks like an old schematic. What is it, Eric? It looks to be the schematic for a key. There is some text on here which seems to hint that it was the first of many keys. Keys which open the place of iron where lies the stone. Do you know what that could mean? No, what? What could it mean? The stone it refers to could be the famed Durin stone, upon which the dwarven philosophy of the shape of the stone is purportedly carved. The recovery of such an object would be invaluable for the dwarven race, an unparalleled discovery reflecting our culture and history. What do you mean, the shape and the stone? I'm sorry, my friend, but the shape and the stone is of the dwarven soul. It is not for me to tell you such things. Why haven't you gone looking for the Iron Clan? For a moment, Eric looks almost sad. I've not the time, friend. There is so much here that is known and real that I cannot chase ghosts all over Arcanum. Perhaps one day I might find time to make this key. Well, I'm gonna save in a different slot. Because I'm curious about something. If I drink this potion... No. Don't drink the potion now. This is Eric Obsidian. What about the Durin Stone? The Durin Stone, it is an ancient artifact bomb. Yep. Okay. So... what am I studying now? What have you found? Perhaps I might be able to find them for you. Yes, I suppose it does no harm. I have a copy of the schematic if you cannot find the place... and I find the place of iron, I could always go looking for myself, and if you do find it, and the Durin Stone is there, bring it to me. It would be worthless to anyone but a dwarf, the most precious to me. I have nothing to offer but my thanks. I'm afraid a historian has little of worldly goods. I'd be honoured to go on this journey, pay or no pay. Splendid. Here is the schematic. I wish you the best of luck. Okay, an iron key schematic. I could try and ask him.
How can I help you? What do you need to know?
Nope, can't ask him about it. So, schematic. Well, I could ask them what they know of this place, that's true.
What is it that you want of me? What can I answer for you?
What do you know about this place? Nope, hang on.
What is it that you want of me?
Now, he won't talk about it at all.
How can I help you? What do you need to know?
What do you know about this place?
Yes, this is the Wheel Clan, home of King Logair Thunderstone. Watch your bloody step around here, and try not to embarrass me. More than likely, I'll run into someone I know here, and probably have a few relatives here as well.
Scroll button for learn schematics, fair enough. What do you know about this place? This is going to be interesting. Nothing about here, okay. A reanimator. Mithril ore. Whew. A heartstone and mithril ore to make a key. Right, that's... Maybe. I mean, it was a long time ago, but we probably did. I don't know where they are, though. Also, the combat music is just going. Okay. So no one there. There's a person here. I hate orcs and their kin. Excuse me, I don't believe I heard you correctly. I must excuse my brusque manner, but I did not realize you're a person of importance. I go by the name of Thrain Ironheart. Tell me, what is your name, adventurer? I'm Krathnar. Well, Krathnar, what brings you to our clan? We do not receive many visitors in these new times. Why is that? Ever since... keep to ourselves ever since the humans stole our technology. Mere children with the power of gods in their hands. A thought of it makes my blood turn cold, it does. Never in all our history could we ever imagine such a thing. Since our place in the world has been stolen, we have removed ourselves from it. Okay. What can you tell me of the Wheel Clan? The Wheel Clan is the first and all, the greatest of all, hence our position as the head of clans. We have ruled unchallenged since the Great Clan Wars. The Clan Wars? Yes, perhaps I've said too much. The Great Wars are not something we discuss with outsiders. Where are all the Dwarven women? He seems to become very angry. That is something you should never ask. There's not something you should ever ask a dwarf about. You're a fortunate, I'm forgiving person. Some would have cut you down where you stand for even mentioning such a thing. Well, I think we just poked at the old cliche. Why is the Wheel Clan so secluded? Yeah, okay, it's fine. Some chaps. I mean, I've not found it from you. One more thing. I know that you're a traveller. If you happen to find yourself in the Stonecutter clan, could you deliver a message to my brother? He's been gone some 15 years, and I need his help there. Here. He's a bit of a layabout, if you get my meaning. I'll be sure to do that. Could you mark my location on the map? Here you go. Thank you! So, it sounds like I should go and not talk to the king right now? I mean, I could go talk to the king. I probably should. Maybe I should go to the dredge. I'm going in a circle. I'm going in a circle. Also, at level 36, I might be a bit over-leveled for some of this. Could go to the Stonecutter clan, that's true. We could. We could. This leads to an area we've not been to. Oh, and a throne. And me sneezing. There's really not a lot of places here. We should... Let's see if we can go to... Thank you. Let's see if we can go to the, Curious if we can go... There's a guard. So, guards. Okay, this leads back to here. So if we now just leave and go to the Stonecutter clan, we can then find this person. So, entrance is still there. And the Stonecutter clan is... There. Okay. Alright, off we go! Meow! Seems strange, Krathnar. No one's been bothering us for ages. Maybe they finally realized that you literally could punch out a mountain. I am the master of melee, after all. Alright, that was relatively easy. Oh, so we don't know this place. Oh, right. So, something might have gone wrong here. There's a zombie. He's also dead. I mean, I'll take the gold.
Sure, I'll do it right away.
Yeah, we're in. Ooh, Mithralaw. Okay. I need that. We've got Mithralaw. And Dwarven ore. Take it. That's nice. Oh wait, I don't have it in my inventory, do I? I mean, why not make the thing anyway? We lack the expertise. Oh! But I want to make a zappy pew pew. Oh. It's okay, you can just carry that for now. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need it.
Sure.
Don't mind me, I'm just lockpicking. Aren't you missing the gun, though? Yeah, but I also don't have the expertise to make it. I'm just not good enough. Like, he's carrying it. This is a big, long corridor of... Ah! Something bad came in this way. Huh. Hello? Yeah, that...
What is it that you want
didn't...
of me?
Yeah, there's something bad here. A machined hammer. No, thank you. Hello? I'll punch you too. Ooh, there's something else. What else have I angered? Oh, there's a zombie there. Not anymore. Remains of the Paper Cup Fortress. No! Paper Cup Fortress will endure forever. It might not endure forever. Okay, that's the way out. Well, it's dead now. Yeah, it was a gore guard. The key word there is was. We can punch out gore guards extremely quickly. Extremely quickly. Yeah, we've grown a lot. We are a lot more powerful. However, there's a few of them here. Might want to watch out. Let's lure it over. Excellent. So,
An impressive attack.
so you wanna hobble over. Oh, and a dodge. Very nice. Excellent. That worked out well. Ah! This might be a little awkward. Ah, there's an undead dude. Okay. Okay, things are being cast on me, but I don't think they're actually doing very much. Hello? I'm just gonna punch you. I don't know what you're trying to achieve. But it's not going well for you. It was the spell magic. Yes, but for all those magic like enhancements I have on myself. For all those buffs. Gotta watch out for them buff spells. Sir, the only buff I have is when I flex. Ah, here are all the dwarfs! They're all hidden away, terrified. I think we saved them. Oh wait, they are, in fact, needing to be saved. Hang on. Yeah.
Sure, I'll do it right away.
Did it! Thank Ulbrich you found us. We were liable to starve in there. Damned zombies. You made short work of them, though, eh? What happened here? I would be responsible for all this. I found an ancient necromancer's laboratory of an old abandoned access cavern. In researching his journals, I deduced a way to reproduce what he'd done through magic by using scientific principles. So you created all these zombies? That was a bit irresponsible. I assure you it was an accident. The first one I created began an awful, horrific screeching and flailing about. It knocked over my chemicals, and before I knew what was happening, they were coming out of the floor. They were everywhere. Luckily, I was able to get back here to warn everyone. Where's this laboratory? You've got to go through a door in the back of the storage room off the main hall to get to the old tunnel. I'd be careful if I was planning on going there. I'm looking for Elrond Ironheart. Do you know him? Of course I know him. I'm him. Your brother sent me to ask you to go home. Thrain, poor Thrain. He's been so overprotective of me since our father died. He blames himself for it, you know. Thanks for the key I don't need. What happened to your father? I'd rather not speak of it anymore. I'd best be on my way home so that my dear brother doesn't worry himself to death. Good day to you. Get out of my sight, Orcish! I literally saved your life! Orcish scum! Another misplay. This is the gratitude I get. The gratitude I get, folks. I save their lives, and what do I get? Grief. Well then, relocks the door. I can't relock a door that I have punched into oblivion. The door no longer exists. It is powder. It is powder, dust, and nothing. Well, time to go check out that place. Ow. That was a trap, by the way. It is gone now. Oh! Hi. Oh, you have a lot of health. Oh! I can, however, finish you off. I mean, I respect him punching me. However, he's dead. He's dead, don't worry. We got this. He is gone. An unidentified medallion. The Necromancer. And a book. And a ring. Okay. What's the book? February 10th. I've been working diligently as of late to assure the Council that the selection of myself was not a mistake. As the first human wizard on the Elven Council, I feel I have a great responsibility to prove my worth and to show them that my understanding of the old magic is equal to their own. I believe I have the support of Nazredin and a few of the others, but Aranax and his contingent are in strong opposition to my presence and seem ready to do anything to ensure my failure. I will persevere. March 12th. I've discovered something incredible. I need to do more research, but this could be exactly what I've been looking for. A way to convince the entire council that I'm worthy to lead as they are. I must look further into this. April 3rd. I continue to be amazed by the things I discover. It seems that there is another side to necromancy that none of us were even aware of. Yes, long ago I discovered the power to resurrect the dead, but I never dreamed that I could actually speak to their incorporeal souls. It's incredible. Yes, these poor souls, they are in pain, but the things they can tell us. I believe I'm on the verge of discovering an entire new college of magic. Soon I will share my discoveries with the rest of the council. May 14th. Today I animated the lifeless body of a mountain lion. I found the poor creature not far from my laboratory here. Expired, it seems, from natural causes. To animate the dead is not the same as resurrecting them, as the creature is merely an earthly shell, still dead, being powered by a soul I have trapped within it. It was a pathetic sight, and I released the creature's soul not long after. The possibilities of such an application are endless. Truly I have found something incredible here. Ooh. I found it possible to pull the very soul from a living being. All of my experiments to date have been upon beasts. There's no doubt that the spell worked perfectly upon a living sentient being. Not that I would ever do so, of course, but the curiosity within me burns at this new knowledge upon me. I have been given these visions of the land of the dead and must try to understand them. It is both fascinating, blessing cursed, and must strive forward. This is going to go badly. July 6th. Nazredin and the entourage of council members stopped by today, wondering if I'm going to get to my duties. I wanted to tell them what's been happening, but kept quiet, as I still have much to learn, begging some privacy and pretending not to be the best of health. I promised to resume my duties as fast as possible. See the face of a leader. I was not believed. I haven't much time. I spoke with the gravekeeper not from town, not far from here. He was quite accommodating after I fattened his purse, and he should be making a delivery to me by the end of the week. My theories were correct. I know that some may look at the things I've done in the name of magic and call them monstrous, but these shells that I raised and then quenched were already dead to begin with. That I used them to further my knowledge should not be a concern. And now that we control these spirits, who is to say what is right and wrong concerning them? I'm no tyrant, but power is control. I have this power. August 8th. The council have found out what I've done, and they are furious. Aranax is screaming banishment, and Nazredin is speechless. And the rest of the council eyes me with distrust or outright revulsion. Can they not see the power in these things, of the importance? I pity them, these poor unenlightened souls, caught forever in their shallow thoughts. They whimpered like small children, afraid of what they cannot understand, and fear me they should. November 17th. The sentence has been passed. I stand before the council to be banished. I go not into the void with fear or malice, but merely with anticipation. If this is to be my death, then it will be a homecoming. Perhaps I was never meant to truly be among the living. And if not, then I go with open eyes into the unknown, and welcome what I will see there.
I'm rich.
Hey! TMTL there with $5.50. What a nice, sane chap. No! Not a nice, sane chap, but I appreciate the donation. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Also, yeah, that guy... So he was mad. Very, 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 very mad. I mean, the good news is we saved everyone. Yeah, they were messing around with things they really shouldn't have been messing around with. Also, I'm gonna get these magic things we got identified. Might as well. Being fairly content doesn't mean to say... So we're going to start dabbling in necromancy immediately? No. No, we are not. This may surprise you, but Krathnar is not a necromancer. Yeah, we summoned a zombie once. That doesn't mean to say we're actually a necromancer. Like, we used the scroll. That man was mad. He was literally binding souls to bodies and being evil. I'm not surprised that there is a ring of dark magics here. Or the medallion of dark magics. Yeah, but what is PR by any chance? That's something resistance. Pork resistance. I mean, I have a critical weakness to pork. Pork is tasty. I like pork. Good meat. Alright. Isn't Virgil Necromancer 2 technically? I mean, not in the way that guy was. Had to go great with Virgil's helmet and dread armor. Yeah. Could give them to him, and then it'd be like, oh hi, I'm like horrendously evil. Fun fact, we might give him that ring of dark magics. Actually, we might give him that ring of dark magics. No, don't wear that ring. What ring are you wearing now? Okay, buddy. Have this ring. Oh, he put that on immediately. He was like, yes. That's what I should wear immediately. That's my thing. Let's wear this ring of protection. I just realised you're giving all these horrible, evil items to Virgil. I mean, yeah. Should I give him the Medallion of Dark Magics? Should I give him that? Just make him even more magical? Get rid of the Serpentine necklace? I'm very tempted to. So yeah, he's Hey buddy, do you want a necklace? He totally wants that necklace. Would you like some rings too while I'm at it? Have some rings. Would you like a few rings? You're wearing lots of fancy rings already. So, yeah, getting a bit concerned about my buddy Virgil here. He's, getting a bit worried about him. He's fine. Is he? Is he fine? I have kitted him out in everything evil. He's been hanging around YOLO. I mean, that would make sense. It would absolutely make sense that he's hanging around YOLO. Okay, we want to go round so that we can... Virgil is becoming more uncouth. I can't stand him being more uncouth. Okay, you the guy I wanted to talk to... No, you're the guy that wanted me to do stuff concerning the dredge. You're Eric Obsidian. You're the man I want. I've spoken with your brother. What did my errant brother have to say? He'll be returning shortly. He had a bit of a mishap there. A mishap of what nature? He discovered how to make zombies through technology. I'm afraid to ask, knowing my brother, but what happened? I had to rescue them. They were besieged by zombies. A damned tinkering fool. He could have killed the whole clan! It seems I owe you my thanks. You're welcome. I must be off. Good day. Yeah, it's like, well, I'm not shocked. I'd say I'm surprised, but am I really? No. You know what we could do? On the next stream, I'm just thinking what we could do. We could... Disappointing, but understandable. We could just run around blindly and get more experience. Yeah, the difference is that he accidentally, like, animated, like, just without anything malicious, like no souls or anything. There's plenty of enemies to kill on the dredge. True. But we don't really want to start the dredge when I don't have that much more of the stream left. If that makes any sense. Yeah, he wasn't binding unwilling souls. He was just raising corpses. He wasn't doing that, though. The council person was doing it with magic. The council person was doing it with magic, whereas this guy was using technology. It was very different. We're just not getting encounters, I'm noticing. We're just walking around blindly, nothing's going on. Why have we been forsaken? We just want encounters! The monsters know better. They seem to. They're afraid of Virgil. They are afraid. It's not Krathnar they're afraid of. They're afraid of Virgil. Hello, I'm Virgil. How can I help? Hi. I found someone to fight. Yeah, I found someone to fight. It was these guys. They're dead now. So it seems like the only people foolish enough to encounter us are orcs and mountain lions and maybe the odd, like, wolf. Oh, look, more orcs! Yep, there's more orcs. I mean, we're getting close to that level. Oh look, he has a Cathorn crystal. So you could actually fight the orcs to get Cathorn crystals? That's cool. That means that you're never stuck without a way to get Cathorn crystals. That's a neat bit of design. Hey look! It's a Malokian Handman! Oh man, you picked the wrong person to try and kill. Your head went off. I'm not even kidding. That's a quality sword. Yeah, well, he looks dangerous. I mean, the key word there is looked dangerous. Was he dangerous? No. Did he look dangerous? Yes. Just running around for a bit, getting some XP, getting a bit more charisma. We might as well. Oh look, it's more of them! Not the Malokian hand! Oh no! What will we do? I've missed these guys. I've missed them. Oh no, the famed assassins. Yeah, they're so dangerous. The most dangerous assassins. Truly horrifying. Hang on, let me take your robes to sell later. Anyway, I want to build us murdering everyone who raised a weapon at me. And some that didn't, who just were a bit mad. Oh look, it's this guy again. Sir. I mean, he's fast. But then he died. I mean, was it worth it, sir? We leveled, by the way. We are becoming ridiculously charismatic. Like, ridiculously charismatic. Okay, they've all caught up with us now. Every one of them. They're all here. That guy literally got sliced in half. Literally sliced in half. We're just going to zigzag around, make our way back to the Wheel Clan. It's safe to say that we are probably a bit powerful. I mean, we're level 37. At this point, we're just raising our Talkie stat, which is literally the last thing I thought we'd ever raise. Like, the last thing I thought we'd raise is a talking stat. But stranger things have happened. Right, I need to quickly sort out a thing. But will I do it? What? Raise my charisma to maximum? I mean, I'll certainly raise it high. I mean, 18's a pretty high stat considering how much or how little charisma we had to start with. I'll tell you one thing though. I suppose, but I'll tell you one thing though. I've got to thank you all for being here because you're all absolutely fantastic and amazing. I mean, I'm half listening, but what I hear that... No, you didn't, Alias. We actually saved people. We saved people's lives. Seriously. We went to a place, bad things were happening, and we actually saved people. But thank you ever so much, everyone, for being here, because seriously, we made a fair bit of progress, and you're all absolutely fantastic and amazing and brilliant and wonderful, and I couldn't do what I do without you. And I wouldn't do what I... Oh, no, really! They raised zombies, and we saved them. You're all amazing, you're all the heart and soul of my community, and there are a couple of things that I need to quickly talk about before we conclude. A pouch of gold. Thanks again for the stream, no problem, Tom Tom. By punching the zombies, exactly, we solved the problem through punching. But you're all absolutely brilliant. Couple of things I need to talk about. First off, there's my website, Kikoskia.com. You can check out all kinds of things there, including my schedule. You can read with Deep Dust. You can also find links where you can buy my book, Errant Hope. Then there is my Discord. You can join a larger thriving community there. There's lots of places to talk about stuff. Loads of people there. Loads of emotes based on Let's Plays and streams past and present. Not only that, if you link your Twitch and Discord together and you're sub to me on Twitch, you can use the Twitch emotes on Discord, which is fantastic. Then there is my Patreon, where you can pledge to support me in doing what I do. There's nothing Let's Play or stream-wise hidden behind paywalls, but there is a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that you typically do not see. I will, Andrew, thank you. Including all the editing and compression and test recordings and test streams and everything else that makes what I do a reality. And not only that, if you, if you do pledge to me, which, by the way, in these trying times I really do rely on to make what I do possible, you not only get a different coloured name on Discord and my deep and sincere thanks, you also get the ability to vote on upcoming playthroughs when the opportunity arises. Then there is my YouTube itself, where you can check out all of my content, from the very first video I put up over 15 years ago, I'm so old, to the most recent one that went up today and everything in between. There's nearly 10,000 videos, and all of my Twitch VODs are there. There's so much stuff! Unless you like sports games, whereupon there isn't really that. But there's most other things. And if we get to 100,000 YouTube subscribers, I'll do a replay of Terror from the Deep and a replay stream of Wizards and Warriors 2 Ironsword. And if we get to 1 million, I'll do those eyelash tutorials that people keep asking for. And if we get to 520 Twitch sub points, we're at 247 right now, I'll do playthroughs on stream of Action 52, both games, and probably something else as well that people want me to do. It's open for debate, that one. And there's also my Twitter, where you can follow me to get notifications about when I start streaming, when my Let's Play videos go live, and all kinds of random other stuff, including but not limited to all of the tweets about games I'm playing, or Gunpla I'm building, or miniatures that I'm painting and assembling, and all sorts of other random things. Sometimes I even post tweets about deep and thoughtful things, but most of the time it's just derpy things like Tangy being silly. Finally, I need to thank you all, because seriously, you are all absolutely amazing and fantastic and brilliant and wonderful, and I could not do what I do without you, and I wouldn't want to do what I do without you. You are the heart and soul of my community. You truly make what I do possible, and I couldn't do anything without you here. I mean, really, this is not possible without you. Your continued support and just generosity with your time and everything, it makes what I do possible. Every little bit that you give of time and subs and bits and direct donations, it all makes it possible, and it makes, you know, it that much more amazing, because I'm able to devote my full-time, like a full-time job, towards entertaining all of you. And I hope that with your continued support, I will be able to keep doing this for many, many years to come. Because, you know, isn't it good just to make the world a little bit better by just entertaining you all? I think it is. Hopefully we'll get to many more years of awesome stuff here. Many, many more years. So thank you all ever so much. Seriously, thank you. Thank you so much. And whether it be morning, afternoon, or evening, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And I hope you achieve everything that you set out to do. The next stream is tomorrow, 2 PM BST, Animal Crossing New Horizons. We only have 2 more people to get the photos of. And who knows, someone may ask to leave. You never know. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. And remember, be nice to each other, everyone, for if everyone is nice to each other, the world would be that much better a place. And we all want that, don't we? Well, I certainly do. And I hope you do too. Later.